What's up, y'all? It's your boy Salvaje from the Salvaje Cartel. So this is my hero mastery video on Dark Vanguard Airheart. Now, the other day I made a video with Dark Vanguard Airheart in it, and a lot of folks were like, oh, you know, Paleo Luna is really good. Anti-Cuddle Sarah is really good as well, with the surround pound, which was the weapon that I was covering. Guys, not everyone has access to Paleo Luna or Anti-Cuddle Sarah. And Dark Vanguard Airheart is a base game hero that is extremely underrated. And by the time you guys are done watching this video, you're going to realize how powerful Dark Vanguard Airheart is. You need the correct loadout, of course, and you also need the right weapons. But if you've got a semi-decent loadout and you also have the right weapons, then you're going to be able to excel with this constructor, even if you don't have specific key heroes. Okay? So let's just go over her kits. I just want to point out, if you want a lot of tips on the plasma pulse ability, the rosy ability, and the decoy ability that she has, you need to check out my 25 constructor tips video. That video is just going to teach you everything you need to know about constructors, and it's very informative. Trust me, you're not going to regret watching it. That video is going to be linked in the Fortnite Save the World Beginner's Guide playlist in the description of the video. But for the most part, with the rosy ability, I like to set it down when I'm at the objective, and I like to use it to destroy structures like buildings, rocks, things that are around the objective that I don't want. The decoy ability, you guys already know this by now. You set it down when there's a lot of husk, and then you can drop the plasma pulse ability down. Or you can set up the decoy ability and then follow it up with what's this thing called? A secondary attack or a heavy attack by one of your hardware weapons, because that moves me forward to her commander perk. She increases hardware heavy attack efficiency by 200%. So basically what this means is that, as you guys are seeing in the gameplay examples, when you guys do a secondary attack with a hardware or a hammer, you're just going to be able to do it multiple times. And the secondary attack with hardware weapons are really powerful, because most hardware weapons like the Let's Let, for example, or the surround pound, which is what you guys are seeing in the background, most of those weapons have a really good area of effect ability, right? So you always want to make sure that as you're using your secondary attack with Dark Vanguard Airheart, that you're using it on multiple husks rather than just one husk, okay? Because if you're not taking advantage of her AoE, you're kind of wasting her energy, specifically if you don't have heroes like Anti-Cuddle Sarah. But now that we're talking about Anti-Cuddle Sarah, I want to talk about the loadout that I personally like to use with Dark Vanguard Airheart. I'm going to be going with the Totally Rockin' Out team perk. And this team perk is going to be giving my hardware weapons critical rating, and it's also going to be healing me from time to time. So if you don't have a hero that's going to be healing you, like Survivalist Jonesy or the homie Crossbones Barrett, then it's not really that much of a big deal, because the Totally Rockin' Out team perk should be helping you out. And of course, if you're watching this video, chances are that you're either a somewhat new Save the World player, so that means you have the boombox heroes. So that's why I wanted to also go with Totally Rockin' Out. I'm rocking Breakbeat Wildcat for the support slot, and I'm also rocking Power Pop Penny. And of course, Breakbeat Wildcat, when you get 10 eliminations within 9 seconds, you get Rocking Riff, and Rocking Riff triggers the Totally Rockin' Out team perk. And same thing with Power Pop Penny, it's just that she has a 12% chance of activating Rocking Riff. Not a big deal, okay? When it comes down to the other hero that I have on my hero slot, it's Tank Penny. And Tank Penny is just going to be increasing my hardware damage. I am going to be using hardware weapons when it comes down to Dark Vanguard Airheart. I do also like to run Anti-Cuddle Sarah, and this hero is honestly non-negotiable. If you don't have Anti-Cuddle Sarah, it's okay, but for the most part, if you do have Anti-Cuddle Sarah, you should definitely use her. She's just going to give you the ability to constantly be able to spam your secondary attack over and over again, and you're going to be getting a lot of value out of that, right? But if you don't have Anti-Cuddle Sarah, it's not really a big deal. You can use the Guardian Bull constructor, or if you want to be a little bit more helpful to your teammates, you can use Heavy Base Kyle for your support slot, or you can also use Base Kyle for extra building health as you place down your base as well. One of the biggest mistakes that people make with Dark Vanguard Airheart, because she is, how can I put this? Because she's a melee constructor, is they don't place down their base. So if you're playing Dark Vanguard Airheart, definitely make sure that you're placing down your base. It's very, very important. The base is going to be, of course, adding more support to the objective. And I know some of you guys know that stuff, but keep in mind, I always like to have the beginner perspective in mind as well, and some beginners might not know that, which is why you should check out my base explain video if you're a beginner Save the World player. That's going to teach you everything you need to know about the base, and that video is going to be linked in the beginner's guide playlist in the description below. I like to have some healing when it comes down to Dark Vanguard Airhearts, even though I get it from Rocking Rift, just because I like to camp the enemy spawns. So if you want to maximize Dark Vanguard Airhearts, you need a really, really good hardware weapon that has a nice AoE attack. So the Surround Pound, which we recently obtained, is really, really good. It has a really good AoE attack. It makes Husk dance as well. So you're going to be getting a lot of value out of it. And another really good hardware weapon is the Let's Lead, which I still haven't leveled up because my boy always gives me, you know, Let's Lead. But the Let's Lead weapons, maybe there's a small possibility that they might be on the Fortnite llama, which is why I also wanted to make this video, but I'm not really sure. The Let's Lead weapons did come out in Halloween of last year, so I don't know. But the Smasher Basher is also a really, really good, what's the thing called, hardware weapon. And the Smasher Basher has like a sort of circular attack that is really, really helpful for taking care of a lot of Husk. The point is, area of effect is key. The Walloper, last but not least, is also a really good area of effect hammer, and it has a leaping attack. And you can obtain the Walloper from the Wild West llamas that we have available right now. So that's also another reason why I wanted to make a hero mastery video on Dark Vanguard Airheart, because the Walloper is a great weapon and it is available right now for you to obtain from the Wild West llama. So how do you play Dark Vanguard Airheart? I've given a couple of tips throughout the video, but I'm just going to put out the main couple of pointers. So I'm usually going to be guarding one specific spawn with Dark Vanguard Airheart as much as possible. Now, the gameplay example that you guys are going to be seeing in the background is a hero loadout where I'm not using anti-cuddle Sarah, because not everyone has anti-cuddle Sarah, like I said, right? The point is, you want to make sure that you use your secondary attack only when it matters. But most importantly, you also want to make sure that you have a little bit of energy left, just in case you have to do another secondary attack out of nowhere. You don't just want to waste all of your secondary attacks like I did from time to time. Now, if your energy is depleted, something that you can do is you can whip out your boom bow or a sniper or just a ranged weapon and just use that ranged weapon around the objective, for example, just so that you can get your energy back. And when you get your energy back, then you can go into the fight and start spamming your secondary attack as well. I wanted to put that tip into the video because, again, for the third time, not everyone has anti-cuddle Sarah, and I don't want the people that don't have anti-cuddle Sarah to feel left out. You guys get what I mean? Anyways, that's pretty much it for the most part, boys. You want to make sure also that you place down your decoy. And after you place down your decoy, that you use it as an opportunity to use the secondary attack with your, you know, with the hardware weapon of your choice, the Walloper or the Let's Lead or the Surround Pound. Ideally, you want the Surround Pound hammer with Dark Vanguard Airheart because it's really, really good. But the Walloper is also a really, really good choice. It gives you a lot of mobility, and like I said, you can obtain it from the Wild West llamas. And if you're concerned when it comes down to getting candy in Fortnite Save the World, there is going to be a quest line coming into Save the World that's going to be giving you a lot of candy, which is going to give you an opportunity to open up these Wild West llamas. But personally, I recommend that you guys save up on your candy, and you save up your candy to open up the Fortnite llamas, which are most likely going to be having new heroes and weapons, most likely. Anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. It was very similar to my Surround Pound weapon mastery, but in this video, I just wanted to put all of the focus in Dark Vanguard Airheart rather than the Surround Pound hammer. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to drop it a like and feel free to subscribe to join the Salvaje Cartel.